As the number of coronavirus cases rises, scientists around the world are committing entire labs to create a vaccine. Just last week, researchers in Washington State conducted their first vaccine test on a person. CBS 4's Skylar Henry reports on another vaccine being developed in Maryland that's seeing positive results after a few weeks of trials.
Inside these test tubes and beakers could be a big step forward in the fight against the coronavirus. Dr. Gregory Glenn is the head of research and development for pharma tech lab Novavax. He and his team have spent weeks developing a vaccine.
Vaccines have traditionally had an 8 to 10 year time frame for development. Clearly that's not a scenario that's acceptable here, so we're going to try to compress this timeline if at all possible.
Researchers around the world are sharing information with one another, picking and plugging away at data scientists think will help fast track a vaccine. Dr. Glenn says he's close to a potential solution, spike protein or adjuvant that'll be used to block the virus from attaching to a host.
I think a vaccine is going to have a very high level of immune responses to block that, because it's going to be extremely hard to interrupt that binding. And that, of course, interrupting the binding will keep you from getting sick.
Scientists in Houston, Texas say they're building off of a vaccine they created to fight another type of coronavirus, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, or MERS.
If you learned how to make a vaccine for MERS, you should have 75% of the knowledge you need to get to the next vaccine. That's how we were able to do it that quickly.
Dr. Glenn says the path to a treatment is complicated, but he's cautiously optimistic.
What does this look like 6 months from now, a year from now, in terms of not only the development of a vaccine, but just how severe this could get?
Well, from a vaccine development, I think we'll have evidence in humans that it could work.
Dr. Glenn hopes to start testing in people by the end of spring. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Doctors at the Moderna lab in Seattle say while a commercially available vaccine will not be available for another year to 18 months, they're looking at an emergency use vaccine that could be available for healthcare professionals by fall of this year.